Hi, you guys. Welcome back to Meaningful Motivations with Tracey Erickson. And of course, if you are new to this channel, welcome. My name is Tracey Erickson, and in this video, I'm going to dive into the spiritual meaning of seeing a deer. So stay tuned. Just last week, I had a tarot client come over to my house so that she could have a private tarot reading with me. And before we began the reading, she actually wanted to know what would be the significance of seeing a deer, because on her way over to my house, she encountered a deer near the road. And this particular deer even looked at her and made eye contact with her. So, of course, she wanted to know, what is the spiritual significance of a deer? And so, just off the top of my head, I stated that I felt as though the deer is a very motherly and nurturing energy. So, in the encounter, there was a moment where they look at each other. So I felt like it was a significance in seeing the deer, but specifically in seeing the deer on the way over to my house to receive spiritual guidance. Later on, I had reflected on the time that I had spent with her, and I reflected on the idea of her seeing a deer on the way over to my house. And since she was on the way to my house when this happened, and then asked me for the spiritual significance of this occurrence, I realized that the deer was also a spiritual message for me, just as much as it was for her. So if you've been watching my channel for a while, then you know that that is just how spiritual messages happen. Sometimes you see the actual animal firsthand. Sometimes you hear a story about it that's out of the blue. Sometimes you just see it in an image on someone's t-shirt, for instance. But either way, as long as you feel in that moment that you see or hear about the particular animal, if you feel as though it's a message from spirit, then that means it's a message from spirit. So as I was reflecting on her experience of seeing the deer and in the way that she told it to me for it to be my experience, I realized that she mentioned on more than one occasion that the deer made eye contact with her and was looking her directly in the eyes. So as I was reflecting, I realized that I could go a little deeper. Not only is the deer representing a very loving, motherly, and nurturing energy, but the deer could have also been asking to look at the way you're perceiving the people around you or the situations around you. And maybe it's time to begin to apply that motherly, loving, and nurturing energy to those perceptions of the things around you. I decided to turn to the Medicine Cards book and see exactly what it had to say about the deer. And within the book, it tells a myth or a legend type of story about a fawn who's trying to make it up the sacred mountain. It goes like this. One day, Fawn heard Great Spirit calling to her from the top of Sacred Mountain. Fawn immediately started up the trail. She didn't know that a horrible demon guarded the way to the Great Spirit's lodge. The demon was trying to keep all the beings of creation from connecting with the Great Spirit. He wanted all of Great Spirit's creatures to feel the Great Spirit didn't want to be disturbed. This would make the demon feel powerful and capable of causing them to fear him. Fawn was not at all frightened when she came upon the demon. She was curious, as the demon was the archetype of all the ugly monsters that have ever been. The demon breathed fire and smoke and made disgusting sounds to frighten Fawn. Any normal creature would have fled or died on the spot from fright. Fawn, however, said gently to the demon, "Please let me pass. I'm on the way to see Great Spirit." Fawn's eyes were filled with love and compassion for this oversized bully of a demon. The demon was astounded by Fawn's lack of fear. No matter how he tried, he could not frighten Fawn because her love had penetrated his hardened, ugly heart. Much to the demon's dismay, his rock-hard heart began to melt, and his body shrank to the size of a walnut. Fawn's persistent love and gentleness had caused the meltdown of the demon. Due to this gentleness and caring that Fawn embodied, the pathway is now clear for all of Great Spirit's children to reach Sacred Mountain without having to feel the demons of fear blocking their way. Deer teaches us to use the power of gentleness to touch the hearts and minds of wounded beings who are trying to keep us from Sacred Mountain. Like the dappling of Fawn's coat, both the light and the dark may be loved to create a gentleness and safety for those who are seeking peace. So even within that story, you can feel the motherly love, that care and gentleness that the fawn was offering to this demon of fear. So really what this story is trying to teach us through the deer or the fawn is that instead of trying to force others to change or to be how we want them to be, it might be even better to just offer them love and compassion for who they are. Love them just because they are, like the deer loving the demon, that big oversized bully of a demon. So as you can simply offer understanding, compassion, and love, those caring, loving, nurturing feelings of the mother, then you can align yourself with that inner peace and let go of the fear and the desire to want to change anybody. So at the time of seeing deer in your life, just think on whatever has been weighing heavy on your mind lately. What dilemma are you in at the time of seeing deer cross your path? The deer could be offering you advice to apply a gentle, caring, and understanding lovingness to the situation. And that will help you find the balance and inner peace of the Great Spirit. Well, that about wraps it up for this video. So if you liked this video, be sure to click that like button and share this video with all your friends out there. And of course, if you're a viewer but not yet a subscriber, I would love for you to click subscribe down below. And once you have subscribed, you can then turn on the notifications bell if you would like to be notified each and every time I upload a new video. Thank you guys so much for watching and spending your time with me. I love you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.